Welcome to my channel. Tell me honestly, have you ever felt stuck in the same place while your dreams keep running ahead of you? What if I told you the only thing standing between your reality and your best life is your mindset? Comment below. Do you feel your mindset is holding you back? Chapter 1: Understanding the Invisible Prison. You are watching this video because somewhere inside you, there is a small voice that says your life can be better. You feel it. You know it. You can almost see the kind of person you want to become. But something always stops you. Something silent. Something that no one else can see. And that something is your mindset. We often think our problems come from the world, from people, from situations, or from the past. But slowly you discover that the real struggle happens inside your own head. It is not the world that locks you in one place. It is the thoughts you repeat to yourself every day without even noticing. Many people wake up every morning feeling tired, even before their day starts. Not because their body is weak, but because their mind is carrying invisible weight. They tell themselves they are not good enough. They tell themselves they cannot change. They fear what others will think. They fear trying. They fear failing. And without saying a single word, they hide these feelings deep inside. They smile outside, but inside, they feel stuck. You might feel the same right now while watching this. And that is exactly why this chapter matters. Your mindset is like a pair of glasses you wear every day. If the glass is dirty, the world looks blurry. If the glass is cracked, everything appears broken. But the truth is, nothing outside is actually broken. Only the lens is. When your mindset is negative, your life feels negative. When your mindset is weak, every challenge feels too heavy. When your mindset is full of fear, even small steps feel like mountains. But here's the part most people never realize. You can change the lens. You can clean it. You can replace it. You can choose how you see yourself in your life. And the moment you start seeing differently, everything begins to change. Most people live inside an invisible prison, built from their own beliefs. Some beliefs were created by parents, some by teachers, some by society, some by failures, and some by our own overthinking. The prison has no real walls, the chains are not real. But the mind believes they are. That is why so many dreams die, even before they start. Because people believe their limits are natural. But limits are learned. They are not born with you. They grow inside you one thought at a time. Think about how many times you wanted to try something new. Maybe you wanted to speak better. Maybe you wanted to start something. Maybe you wanted to grow. And then your mind whispered, "What if I fail? What if people laugh? What if I am not enough?" These thoughts appear small, but they stop you at the door of your own life. This is how the invisible prison controls you, not by force, but by fear. But here is the most powerful truth you will hear today. Your mind is not fixed. Your mindset is not permanent. Your thoughts are not chains, they are habits. And habits can change. Your brain is like soft clay. It shapes itself every day based on what you think and repeat. If you say you cannot, the brain becomes weak. If you say you can learn, the brain becomes stronger. If you say it is impossible, the brain closes the door. But when you say maybe, the brain opens a window. When you say I will try, the brain lights a small candle inside the dark. When you say I will grow, the brain wakes up. You are not stuck because of who you are. You are stuck because of who you believe you are. Imagine two people standing in front of the same door. One says the door is locked. The other says, maybe it will open. Only one touches the handle. Only one discovers the door was never locked. That is mindset. The world does not stop you. Your belief does. As you listen to this chapter, I want you to feel something shift inside you. I want you to recognize that you are not trapped. You are just conditioned. Conditioned by old thoughts that no longer serve you. conditioned by memories that are no longer true, conditioned by fear that is not even real. You deserve better than the limits your mind built long ago, and now it is time to break them. Your future self is waiting. That version of you who is confident, calm, strong and clear. That version of you who takes action. That version of you who does not fear judgment. That version of you who lifts themselves when they fall. That version of you is real. They are not a dream. They are not far away. They are just on the other side of your mindset. And the door to that person opens the moment you change how you think. This chapter is the beginning. You are not watching by accident. Something inside you wants change. Something inside you is ready. In the next chapter, you will see how one single thought can shift your entire direction and open a life you never imagined for yourself. Stay with me because your transformation has already started. Chapter 2: The Power of One Thought. There comes a moment in life when a single small thought changes everything. You may not notice it at first because thoughts look so tiny. They appear like soft whispers in the mind. They feel light. They pass quickly. But one thought can guide you toward your dreams, and another can pull you away from them. The reason is simple. Your thoughts shape your feelings. Your feelings shape your actions, and your actions shape your results. And then those results become your beliefs. This is how your mindset is formed. It all starts with one small thought, one seed, one spark. Imagine you wake up in the morning, and your first thought is that you cannot do anything right. Your heart becomes heavy. You move slower. You avoid challenges. You fear mistakes. And by the end of the day, you prove yourself right because you acted from fear. But imagine something different. Imagine waking up and telling yourself that today you will try your best. Not perfect, just your best. Your chest feels lighter. You take small steps. You try new things. You make tiny progress. And at the end of the day, you feel proud. That pride becomes a belief. That belief becomes your mindset. And that mindset becomes the foundation of a new life. One thought is enough to start the change. This is not just motivation. This is how the human brain works. Your brain listens to what you tell it. It rewires itself every time you think something with emotion. If you think you are weak, your brain accepts it. If you think you are capable, your brain begins to build pathways that support you. You do not need to be the strongest person. You just need to choose one thought that moves you forward. Many people think change requires big actions. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait to become brave. They wait to feel confident. But change does not begin with action. It begins with a thought. And that thought gives birth to courage. The courage creates action. And the action creates change. So if you are waiting for confidence before you start, you will wait your entire life. Confidence is not the beginning. Confidence is the result of repeating one strong thought again and again until your mind believes it. You might be thinking right now that your thoughts are too negative, that your past is heavy, that you have been stuck for too long. But I want you to understand something important. A single positive thought does not erase your past. It simply creates a new direction. Imagine you are standing at a crossroads. One path leads to the same old life, the same fear, the same doubts, the same habits, the same pain. The other path leads to growth. And the doorway to that path is just one thought. A thought like I will try again. A thought like I deserve better. A thought like I can learn. A thought like I want to grow. These thoughts are small but powerful. They open the door to transformation. Think about learning a new skill. Let's say English. Many people tell themselves they cannot speak well. So they avoid speaking. They hide. They stay silent. Their mind becomes their cage. But one thought like I can learn slowly changes everything. Suddenly you speak one sentence. Then 5 minutes the next day. Then one small conversation. And before you know it, You begin to grow, not because you are perfect, but because one thought changed your actions. This is how successful people think. They are not born with special abilities. They simply choose thoughts that help them, not hurt them. They treat difficult situations as chances to grow. They treat mistakes as lessons. They treat challenges as opportunities. Their thoughts guide them. And because of that, they create results others only dream about. You can do the same. It begins with one decision, one moment, one thought. Right now, stop and notice the thoughts in your mind. Notice the ones that pull you down. Notice the ones that make you feel small. And then gently replace one of them with a thought that lifts you, a thought that gives you strength, a thought that gives you hope. You do not need to change everything today. You only need to choose one thought that pushes your life forward. Repeat it until your mind starts to believe in you again. As we move forward, I want you to hold on to this truth. You are one thought away from a better life. You are one thought away from confidence. You are one thought away from progress. You are one thought away from the person you want to become. In the next chapter, you will learn how to build a strong growth mindset, step by step. A mindset that helps you grow even when life is difficult. A mindset that does not break under pressure. A mindset that guides you toward a life you are proud of. This is where your real transformation begins. In Chapter 3, Building a Growth Mentality from Zero. Life feels easier for those who have a growth mindset. They see challenges as chances, mistakes as teachers, and failures as signals to try again. But many people never learn this. They are stuck thinking that talent, luck, or intelligence decides success. They believe that some people are born winners and others are born losers. That is not true. Success starts with the mind. A growth mindset can be built from zero, no matter who you are, no matter where you start, no matter what mistakes you have made. It is something you create step by step, thought by thought. A growth mindset is simple. It is the belief that you can improve, that learning is always possible, and that effort leads to results. If you have this mindset, failure is no longer scary. Challenges are no longer threats. They are tools to make you stronger. Imagine a person who wants to speak better English. If they have a fixed mindset, one mistake makes them stop. They think, I am not good at this, I will never speak well. But if they have a growth mindset, one mistake is just feedback. They think, I learned something new today. I can try again tomorrow. That small change in thinking opens the door to progress that grows every day. Building this mindset begins with noticing your thoughts. You must watch how your mind talks to you. Many people do not realize that their mind is repeating negative sentences every day. Thoughts like, I cannot, I am not enough, or it is too hard. These thoughts become habits. They create invisible limits that stop you before you even start. The first step is to catch these thoughts and ask yourself, is this true? Does this thought help me grow or hold me back? Once you question the thought, you can replace it with one that builds strength. The next step is to take small actions that reinforce growth. A growth mindset is not just thinking differently, it is acting differently. Every small success trains your mind to believe in your ability. Speak one sentence in English today. Read one paragraph. Take one step in learning something new. Do it consistently. Your brain begins to believe that progress is possible. It begins to rewire itself. Over time, what felt impossible becomes easy. Your confidence grows. Your fear of failure disappears. The small victories build a chain that grows stronger every day. The growth mindset also teaches patience and persistence. Many people give up too early. They compare themselves to others and feel discouraged. They see someone speaking fluently or achieving success, and think they will never reach that level. But growth mindset people know that learning and improvement take time. They focus on their own path. They measure progress by their own effort, not by comparing to someone else. This mindset brings peace, focus, and consistent results. You begin to enjoy the journey, not just the destination. Another secret of a growth mindset is curiosity. People with this mindset always ask, how can I improve? What can I learn? What can I do differently? They welcome challenges. They embrace failure as information, not shame. And they find joy in learning because learning itself becomes their reward. This curiosity drives action, and action creates growth. And the more you grow, the more your mindset strengthens, creating a positive loop that keeps building your confidence and skill. By now, you can see that building a growth mindset is simple but not always easy. It takes awareness, effort, and repetition. You will fail sometimes. You will feel discouraged. You will want to go back to old habits. But each time you practice a small growth-focused thought or action, your brain learns something new. Your mindset becomes stronger. You begin to see yourself not as a fixed person, but as someone who is always capable of improvement. You become the person who solves problems, takes risks, and moves forward even when the path is unclear. In the next chapter, we will explore how to silence the inner voice that holds you back, how to remove the negative self-talk that stops your growth, how to finally control your mind instead of letting fear and doubt control you. That is when your true transformation begins. A strong growth mindset is powerful, but it becomes unstoppable when combined with a mind free from negativity. Stay with me, because in the next chapter, you will learn exactly how to take that next step. Chapter 4: Silencing the Inner Critic. One of the biggest battles in life is not outside, it is inside. It is the voice in your head that tells you you are not enough. You will fail. You cannot do this. Everyone has this voice. Sometimes it whispers softly, and other times it shouts loudly. Most people believe it is real. Most people follow it without question. But the truth is, this voice is not you. It is not truth. It is old habits, old fears, and old limits repeating themselves. And the moment you realize this, you gain freedom. The moment you realize this, you can choose not to listen. You can choose your thoughts. You can take control of your mind. Imagine trying to speak English or learn something new. And that voice starts. It says, "You are too slow. You will never improve. Stop now." If you listen to it, you will. But if you pause and take a deep breath, you can replace it with something stronger. You can tell yourself, I am learning. I will improve. Every mistake is a step forward. You begin to see that this inner critic is not an enemy. It is a habit, and every habit can be changed. The power is in awareness. The power is in choosing a thought that helps you, not harms you. Silencing the inner critic does not happen instantly. It happens one step at a time. The first step is noticing the voice. Most people react automatically. They hear it and believe it. But if you can just stop and observe it, you create space. Space to decide, space to choose a different response. That is freedom. That is control. That is the beginning of taking charge of your mind. And the moment you take charge, everything starts to shift. You feel lighter. You feel stronger. You feel alive. The second step is replacing negativity with reality. The inner critic often exaggerates. It says, you are bad. You cannot. You will fail. But what is the truth? You are learning. You are growing. You may not be perfect, but you are trying. You are taking steps that many people will never take. You are alive. You are capable. And you are enough in this moment. Replace the lies with facts. Replace fear with action. Replace doubt with persistence. And slowly, the critic loses its power because it has nothing to feed on. The third step is practice. You must speak to your mind every day with care and patience. One positive thought repeated daily becomes stronger than 1,000 doubts. One sentence of encouragement, one small reminder, one action taken despite fear builds trust in yourself. Your brain begins to believe that you are on your side, that you are capable, that you can overcome obstacles. And the more you trust yourself, the more the inner critic becomes silent. The more it becomes just a whisper instead of a scream. You must also understand that silence does not mean the critic is gone. It is still there. It may return in hard times. That is natural. But now, you have tools. You have awareness. You have the power to respond differently. You do not run from it. You do not fight it blindly. You respond with calm, with facts, with courage. You tell yourself, I am learning. I am growing. I am capable. And when you do this consistently, your mind becomes your ally, not your enemy. Finally, silencing the inner critic allows you to take risks, speak your truth, and try things you never dared before. It gives you courage. It gives you freedom. It gives you clarity. Imagine all the goals you have avoided because of fear, all the conversations you did not have, all the chances you missed. The moment your inner voice becomes supportive instead of critical, everything changes. Doors open, opportunities appear, confidence grows naturally, and life becomes lighter, brighter, and full of possibility. In the next chapter, we will learn how to turn this new mindset into unstoppable habits. How small daily actions create a life that reflects your highest potential. How you can finally live a life that matches your dreams instead of being held back by fear or doubt. This is where mindset becomes reality. Stay with me because the most exciting part of your transformation is coming. Chapter 5. Turning mindset into daily habits. A mindset alone is not enough. Thinking positively and silencing your inner critic is powerful, but it becomes life-changing only when it is supported by action. Habits are the bridge between thought and reality. They take the ideas in your mind and transform them into results you can see, feel, and live. Imagine your mindset as the engine and your habits as the fuel. Without fuel, the engine cannot move. The good news is that anyone can build strong habits. Anyone can create routines that make growth automatic. The journey is small steps repeated every day. The first secret is simplicity. Many people fail because they try to change everything at once. They want to wake up early, exercise, meditate, learn English, eat healthy, and read at the same time. And then they fail. The brain feels overwhelmed. The mind rebels. Change becomes scary. But habits grow strongest when they are simple. Start with one small action. Speak one sentence in English today. Write one line in a journal. Take 5 minutes to reflect on your mindset. That one action repeated every day creates more change than 100 new goals started and abandoned. Consistency is the second key. Habits are built by showing up every day, even when motivation is low. Motivation comes and goes like the weather. Habits stay, even on days you feel tired, anxious, or doubtful. If you complete the smallest step, you reinforce your mindset. You tell your brain, I am capable, I am committed, I am consistent. And over time, these small actions become automatic. Your brain stops resisting because it begins to trust you. Growth becomes a natural part of your life. The third secret is linking habits to identity. Most people try to change behavior without changing who they believe they are. They say, I want to learn English, but deep down they think, I am not a language person. And that belief sabotages their efforts. But if you say, I'm a learner, I am someone who grows, I am someone who overcomes challenges, then your actions naturally follow. Your habits become part of your identity. You act not because you are forcing yourself, but because this is who you have become. This is the difference between trying hard for a few days and growing consistently for a lifetime. Another powerful principle is reflection. Daily habits should not just be mechanical. They should be conscious. Take a few minutes to reflect on your progress, your thoughts, your challenges, and your victories. Notice where your mindset helped you and where it slipped. Celebrate even the smallest wins. Growth is built slowly. Reflection allows you to learn faster, adjust smarter, and continue moving forward without giving up. Each reflection is a reminder that you are growing stronger every day. Finally, habits grow stronger when you connect them with your purpose. Ask yourself why you are building this mindset. Why do you want to grow? Why do you want to be better? When you have a strong why, actions become easier. You don't rely on motivation or luck. You rely on clarity and purpose. Your brain becomes aligned with your goals. Every small step, every repetition, every effort starts to feel meaningful. You start enjoying the process because it connects you to the person you want to become. The truth is, growth is not a one-time event. It is a life shaped by habits. You may not notice the change at first. It may feel slow, but every day you show up, every day you act with intention, your life shifts. You stop waiting for luck or opportunity. You create them. You stop fearing failure. You learn from it. You stop doubting yourself. You prove your capability. And one day, you look back and realize you have transformed completely. Not because of one big miracle, but because of small, repeated, consistent actions driven by a strong mindset. In the next chapter, we will discover how to overcome external challenges and pressures that try to pull you back into old habits, how to protect your mindset in a world full of distractions and negativity, how to stay strong even when others doubt you or when life gets hard. This is the next step to turning mindset into unstoppable success. Stay with me, because the lessons you are about to learn will make you stronger than ever. Chapter 6: Protecting Your Mindset from Negativity. Building a strong mindset and turning it into daily habits is powerful, but life is full of challenges. People will doubt you. Circumstances will test you. The world will try to pull you back into fear, doubt, and old habits. Friends, family, or even strangers may say, "You cannot do this. It is too hard. You are not capable." These words can feel like storms hitting your mind, but a strong mindset is like a lighthouse. It protects you. It guides you through the storm. You cannot control what others say or do, but you can control how you respond. You can choose to keep your mind calm, focused, and unstoppable. The first step in protecting your mindset is awareness. Notice what drains your energy. Notice what thoughts, people, or environments make you feel small, fearful, or doubtful. This is not about avoiding reality. It is about choosing what feeds your growth. Your time and attention are valuable. Every hour spent listening to negativity is an hour lost from building yourself. Once you notice what hurts your mindset, you can make conscious decisions to reduce it. This might mean spending less time with negative people or avoiding news and content that makes you anxious or fearful. The second step is building a shield of positive influence. Surround yourself with people, ideas, and habits that lift you. Listen to stories of growth, read books that teach, watch videos that inspire, and spend time with people who encourage you to do better. The mind is like a garden. The thoughts you feed grow. Negativity is like weeds that spread if left unchecked. Positivity is like sunlight and water that make your growth strong and healthy. The more you feed it, the stronger your mindset becomes and the less impact negativity has on you. Another key is emotional control. Life will test you. People may criticize, things may go wrong. Your inner critic may try to return. But a strong mindset learns to respond instead of react. It pauses, it observes, it thinks, and it chooses a response that protects growth. Instead of arguing, overthinking, or giving up, it focuses on what matters: your goals, your progress, your dreams. You cannot stop storms, but you can control the way you hold your umbrella. That is power. That is freedom. Gratitude is also a secret weapon. When negativity attacks, take a moment to focus on what is good. What have you accomplished today? What small wins did you have? What lessons did you learn? Gratitude does not ignore problems, but it shifts your mind from fear to strength. It reminds you that even when life is hard, you have control over your thoughts and actions. Gratitude is the anchor that keeps your mindset steady in a turbulent world. Finally, practice resilience every day. Challenges will always come, but they are not stronger than you. Each obstacle is a chance to test your mindset. Each difficulty is a chance to strengthen it. When something tries to pull you down, pause, breathe, and remember all the steps you have taken. Remember the positive habits, the thoughts you have trained, the small victories you have collected. Let them remind you that you are capable. You are growing. You are unstoppable. Negativity may knock on your door, but it cannot enter unless you allow it. When you protect your mindset from negativity, life becomes clearer, lighter, and more focused. You stop wasting energy on fear and doubt. You stop being controlled by others' opinions. You focus on growth, action, and progress. Your life begins to align with your dreams instead of being pulled away from them. You feel confident, calm, and powerful. You realize that the strongest battles are not outside but inside, and the moment you win inside, the world can color be a amount. In the next and final chapter, we will put everything together: how to create a life of unstoppable growth, confidence, and success using all the lessons from mindset, habits, and resilience. You will learn how to keep this power forever and live a life that inspires others. This is the final step in your transformation. Stay with me because what you are about to learn will change your life forever. Chapter 7: Creating a Life of Unstoppable Growth. Now is the moment to bring everything together. You have learned how to build a growth mindset, silence your inner critic, turn thoughts into habits, and protect your mind from negativity. All these steps are powerful alone, but when combined, they create unstoppable momentum. This is where mindset becomes reality. Your dreams, goals, and potential are no longer just ideas in your mind. They are actions, habits, and results you can see and feel every day. Life starts to change, not because of luck, but because of the choices you make, the thoughts you nurture, and the actions you take consistently. The first secret to unstoppable growth is alignment. Your mind, habits, and environment must all support your goals. If your mind says yes, but your habits are weak, growth is slow. If your habits are strong, but negativity surrounds you, progress is fragile. But when everything aligns, growth becomes automatic. Your mind becomes your guide, your habits become your engine, and your environment becomes your support. You move forward effortlessly because your whole life is tuned for progress. This alignment is not magic. It is the result of awareness, action, and consistency. Next, embrace lifelong learning. Growth never ends. Even after mastering a skill, even after achieving a goal, there is always more to learn. People who stop learning stop growing. But those who stay curious, who seek knowledge, who ask questions, continue to improve. Learning is not just reading or studying, it is observing, experimenting, and reflecting on your experiences. Every challenge is a lesson, every failure is feedback, and every success is proof that your mindset works. The more you learn, the stronger your mindset, and the easier it becomes to face anything life throws at you. Courage is another key. Growth requires courage because it pushes you out of comfort zones. Every time you try something new, speak your truth, or take a risk, you expand your limits. At first, it may feel scary. You may doubt yourself. You may fail. But courage grows like a muscle. Every small step you take builds confidence. Every challenge you face teaches resilience. Every risk you take increases your freedom. Courage turns fear into fuel. It turns hesitation into action. And when you combine courage with the mindset and habits you have built, you become unstoppable. The next secret is purpose. True growth happens when your actions are connected to a meaningful why. Ask yourself, why do I want to grow? Why do I want to improve? When your efforts are tied to purpose, even the hardest moments feel worthwhile. You no longer rely on motivation because purpose gives you energy and direction. You wake up with focus, you act with clarity, and every challenge becomes a step towards something greater. Purpose turns everyday actions into a life that matters, a life that inspires, a life that leaves a mark. Finally, practice gratitude and reflection daily. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Reflect on your progress, your lessons, and the person you are becoming. This keeps your mind strong, your habits on track, and your growth unstoppable. Gratitude reminds you of what you have accomplished. Reflection teaches you what to do next, and together they fuel your continued success. Growth is not a finish line, it is a journey. And every step of that journey becomes joyful, empowering, and meaningful when you practice these principles consistently. Now you are ready to live a life of unstoppable growth. You are no longer controlled by fear, doubt, or negativity. Your mindset is strong, your habits are powerful, and your purpose is clear. Every day becomes an opportunity to improve, to learn, and to create the life you dream of. You are capable of more than you think, stronger than you realize, and closer to your dreams than you imagine. The world may challenge you, but you are ready. You are unstoppable. So take a deep breath and start today. Apply what you have learned. Take small steps every day. Protect your mind, build your habits, and act with purpose. And remember, every time you grow, you inspire others to grow too. This is the power of a mindset transformed. This is the life you are meant to live now. If you found these lessons helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Tell me, which step of mindset transformation excites you the most? Let's grow together, one step at a time.